Hi, friends. Good morning. Happy Monday. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. I am ready for a very, very, very busy week. But I took the weekend to kind of decompress and not look at my phone. Hey, B. Can you guys see me okay? I'm in my office and I often have Wi Fi problems in here. So if you can't see me, hi, Sarah. If you can't see me, if this is like breaking up, let me know and I can go somewhere else. I have a little one home with me this morning who has to have a doctor's appointment, so he's in the other room. Okay, so welcome to week 2 of our standard of grace. It's grainy, really? It's okay for everybody else? Y'all let me know. And of course I wore one of these shirts that like I can't read your comments on top of. Okay, yes, you can see and hear fine. Okay, good. All right. Let's dig in. So welcome to week 2 of a Standard of Grace journaling challenge. So we are working through the first 4 weeks of my new guided journal, which I just found out, I actually didn't know, is a #1 new release over on Amazon. So when you're done with this, I would love, 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 love it if you would go over to Amazon and leave a review. Amazon reviews are everything, and I would just love it if you would go and leave one and let me know how you're enjoying the guided journal. Okay, so I have not looked at week 2. We did week 1 last week. If you missed it, Instagram did not let me save it to my profile for some reason, but I was able to download it and upload it to our video library, so you can go over there and watch it if you missed it. And I'll try to do the same thing with this one. Okay, so let me find where we are. And I'm going to just read to you. Here we are, week 2. And if you have questions about this, I hope that you'll let me know what your questions are. I'm happy to answer any questions about it. It is an undated weekly... Sorry, I have text messages going like crazy. It is an undated weekly guided journal. So what happens is you get a prompt every week for 52 weeks. You can start this whenever you want. You don't have to start it January 1st or August 1st or any of that. You can start it whenever you want, and you just fill out your thoughts on the week. And it has, hold on, I'll pull a packaging piece off of it. It has some lined spaces here on one side. Sorry, it's blurry. It's like trying to find its focus. It has line spaces on one side, and the other side it has the prompt. So, week 2. Last week we talked about the standard. So, who said, hey, Brian Lay, how are you supposed to be at work? Last week we talked about the standard, like who set the standard for you. And we talked about a lot of times we have negative standards of perfection that we see from all over the place. And other times we have good standards of grace, right? And so I told you a little bit about perfectionism and how I deal with it and how, that influence has been kind of come at me from a lot of different directions. And we also talked about a good standard of grace that I see in my mom. And so Nana, has just modeled a very good influence for me of like what I would like to be. And so I think going back, if you haven't done week 1, go and do that first before you talk about this. So this week we're talking about heart-bursting joy. I love this topic in particular, and it's something that I've actually been thinking about a lot this weekend because I don't know if you saw my last Instagram post that was from Friday, but we had a very busy few months for Simplified. And I always, after launches, I always hit a wall. I love it. It's so fun, and I pour my heart and soul into it, and so does my team. But I always hit that wall where I am just exhausted, and it's just part of being human. You can love something with all of your heart and then hit a wall where you've got to pull back and take care of yourself and make sure that you're taking time to like rest and replenish. And so that was this weekend for me in a lot of ways. So week 2, heart-bursting joy. We're on page 12. Ask and you will receive, and your joy will be complete. John 16:24. Somewhere between 3 and 40-something, we lost our joy. And now we're all trying to find it again. Our grown-up circumstances, mortgages, taxes, jobs, and social media comparison have sucked the wind right out of our sails. Ooh, y'all, that's fire. Did I write that? My third book is summed up in those sentences right there. And here we are, convinced that getting down to our college weight and maintaining a spotless home sounds like a pretty good way to be unabashedly happy again. The truth is, if we take care of ourselves the same way we're nurturing everyone else, we'll find all sorts of joy and be better for everyone we love. Man, y'all, isn't God funny? Like, I wrote those words a long time ago, and here they are just punching me in the face right when I need them. Yeah, I don't know. Like, this is why I love doing these off the cuff. I don't prepare what I'm going to say on these lives at all, because I want to like have the real discussion with you about what you're feeling. So like, tell me how you're feeling about that. Obviously, there's like a question on the next page that I'll read, but I have felt lately like, man, I am just work, and I think a lot of times people think like, Emily Lay makes planners for a living. She must be perfect at all of this, right? No! I make planners for a living because I struggle. I made the Simplified planner because my life was so not simplified and I needed to get it there. Yes, I have a knack for organization and that kind of stuff, but like, man, I need these reminders every now and then. So what are the things that bring you joy, that make you unabashedly happy, like silly happy, right? I was thinking about this yesterday, actually. I was thinking, man, our this time of year with school, with kids, I don't know what it is, but like right around Easter, it's like all the things. There's so many things going on, and everyone's like a little bit stressed out. Work is like really, really busy, and so everything is just kind of a little bit of a lot. And I think it's so important to pause and rein things in and be like, okay, like margin is what we need. Margin makes me happy because margin means at the end of the day, I can lay down with my daughter and hear all about her day and the princess party she went to and her, gosh, what was she talking to me about last night? The stuck-to house she's going to build when she's older. She told me she's going to build a stuck-to house. And the stuck-to house is the house that's going to be right there stuck to my house. If I don't have margin in my life, I don't get to hear those stories. So, man, margin. That's what makes me unabashedly happy. Now, the question over here on the next page is, describe what extravagant joy looks like to you. What would it take to bring back the type of heart-bursting joy you may have felt as a little child? What are those things? So I would love to hear from you guys, like, what are the things that make you unabashedly happy? And they might be like big, obvious things, like your kids or something like that. But what are the like little things that make you unabashedly happy? I love funny movies. I love movies that are like super funny, like slapstick funny that you don't have to totally pay attention to. And I don't do enough of that. I love writing. Like, I love to write. It's like therapeutic for me. And I love to just like, sit down and pour my heart out. I love journaling. Like this, I don't do it enough. And that's why I think this has been so much fun to like sit down and really like think through things, because when you write, at least for me, it just pulls stuff out of you that like sometimes you don't even know is there. Gardening, writing, picnics, that's so fun. I love that. I love getting outside with my kids. I love like getting outside with them and getting like dirty and sweaty and like, I don't know, just running around playing in the backyard or going for walks. I took Masters weekend. I took my twins on a bike ride this weekend on Saturday, and we rode for like a long time. And yes, it was hard, and they were like halfway through, they're like, my legs are tired, but it was so fun. And we picked flowers, which are basically like weeds, along the way, and we put them in the little basket on my bike. And then when we got home, we just like took contact paper and taped them down onto a piece of paper. And the twins thought it was like the most fun thing they've ever done. But it was so fun for me because I was outside. I had no electronics around me. The weather here was beautiful on Saturday. It was just great. And I need to do more things like that. All right. Having a very unscheduled weekend, making those memories with the kids, reading. I totally agree. Someone says, do you paper journal or on your computer? No, I'm a handwriting girl. I'm a write it down on a piece of paper. When I write books and stuff, I type those out, but a lot of times I'll like jot notes on paper first. Um, oh yeah, man. Oh, the waves. I love that. Yeah, reading at the beach and listening to the waves. There's something about the water to me that's like just so, I don't know, it just makes me so happy. I grew up here in Pensacola and we just moved back after 10 years away. And the water and like being outside and just the sound of it, and I don't know, it's so, I love that kind of stuff. So write all these things down. And I think that it would be so fun to write this down, but also like just make a list, like an ongoing list of things that come to your mind that you're like, that makes me happy. That makes me happy. And then how can you infuse those into your day? Like getting back to your planner or wherever you're keeping your schedule, how can you work those into your routines? Coffee. Me love coffee. We co-own a coffee shop, Concord Coffee in Lakeland, with our friends, and we love good coffee around here. And so every morning, right when I wake up, my feet hit the floor and I go straight to my kitchen and make coffee. So like working that into your routine and just making it something that kind of fuels you, throughout the day. On this same page, it says, here's the thing about doing it all. Even if you can do it all, no one can do it all well. Amen. And I think that it's so important to remember that while we try so hard to work in all of the things we have to check off our list, all of our tasks, our appointments, our to-dos, all of the stuff we have to get done, our responsibilities, it's so important to prioritize this kind of stuff too. Otherwise, we just end up feeling empty, literally. And if you've ever felt that way, will you just raise your hand with a little emoji or a little yep me? I think that feeling that way, feeling void of these things that bring us so much joy because we are pouring out onto others and not prioritizing ourselves, I think that that is something that everyone experiences, and I think it's something that isn't talked about enough. We look at the Instagram highlight reel and we see all of these people living these amazing lives, and we think, everyone's kind of got it all together and I'm like struggling over here. And it's actually something that we all deal with. So that's why I think having the time to sit down and think through these tactical things is so, so, so important. The heart work, the things we talk about in some of the other weeks is so important. But this kind of thing, like, how can you tactically work in some of those things? If you love the water, how can you put in your office, or even just, let's say you're working in a cubicle and you have a computer, can you make your wallpaper on your computer a picture of the ocean, right? Would that just be like a little bitty way to just kind of fill yourself up a little bit? What if you, let me think of something else that someone said. Someone said gardening. Okay. What if you, instead of going out and doing something big and extravagant and thinking like, oh, I'd love to work more of that into my life, but I don't have a garden and I need to make a garden and that requires a big plan and all that. What if you just got a little pot of basil or mint or like something that's just easy, and you put it in your windowsill, in your kitchen or wherever, and you just kind of let it grow. And then you can use it for stuff you're cooking. What if you just did something little, and instead of something like huge and miraculous, you do something just tiny like that? What about, I'm trying to think of what else you guys said. Coffee. We talked about coffee. What if you set your coffee mug out the night before and you had it all ready to go, right? Background in my car radio is the beach. Okay, if you mean that you turn on beach sounds in your car, I love you. Because when I am in my car, tell me I'm not alone in this. When I'm in my car alone, I have no sound, usually. Either that or an audiobook. But like, sometimes there's just something really joyful about being in a car with no sound. Nobody talking. Okay, that's so funny. All right. Okay, I love the suggestion. What if you buy the blue pinstripe Simplified planner that reminds you of the water? I love that. I jam out to Broadway. Yes, I do too, actually. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, you guys. Oh, there's more. Let me see. All right. When was the last time you were ecstatically happy? I love this question. Okay. So answer me here and tell me your thoughts on this. When was the last time that you were like really, really, really happy? Really, really, really happy. And what was it? Like, what was it that caused that? Let me think about this for me. Um, I think the last time I was really it was yesterday. It was Saturday. Like when we went on our bike ride. We were just riding and the weather was beautiful and there were no cars. We were on these like back roads and it was just, I don't know. I was like, oh, why don't I do this more often? It's just so fun and so disconnected and the kids were happy, at least for like little 5-minute increments in between my legs are tired. So that was fun. Ecstatically happy. Also, I was ecstatically happy when Team Simplified showed up on my front doorstep. It was the first time this last launch day it was the first time all 8 of us have been in the same room. And I literally thought I was going to lose my mind waiting on them to get here. And it was so fun to see my team and some of my closest friends all here in the same room. So that was fun. Okay, I have to like turn this. Someone said this question is always so hard to answer for me. I would say it was when the bell rang on Friday. Oh, because you're a teacher. That's funny. Oh, my kids were all at home and we all 4 were happy and eating dinner together. Oh, I love that. Yesterday when Tiger won, right? Amazing. Amazing. All right, you guys. This is fun. I think it's important to think through these things. What are the things that bring you the most joy? And how can you tactically work them into your life? And the things that bring you joy, they don't have to be big and grand. They can be silly and quirky because they're you. And when you work them into your everyday, they don't have to be in big, grand ways. They can be in little, tiny ways. There's little, tiny ways that we can do that. I think those tactical things are things we don't think about enough, and they're things that we can do right now. Like you can work them into your life right now. Like when you get off of this, go and change your phone lock screen to something that makes you happy. Just refresh it. Even if it's already something that makes you happy, make it something new that makes you happy. A picture that you took or a background that you can Google and find something that makes you happy, because the number of times you pick up your phone during the day, you deserve just a little bit of like, I like that, right? Okay, I have 1,000 things I got to get done today, and so I am going to make myself another cup of coffee and start working on those. But PSA, Blue Pinstripe Simplified Planner is almost gone, so go and get it. Also, I will be doing an Instagram live on every month. So let's see, we've done 2. I'll be doing 2 more. So I'll be doing next Monday, more than likely in my jammies, because our office is closed and we are off for the day because it is the Easter observed day. And then I'll do one the following Monday. So those will be at 9 a.m. Eastern time. And then I'm also doing an Instagram live over on Simplified this Wednesday to show you guys some of the details of our recent At a Glance collaboration. If you're familiar with the line At a Glance, they are an incredible planning and calendar and desktop line. And last September, we first partnered with them to create a lighter weight collection of calendars and desktop goods and stickers and planners that are made with lighter weight materials to meet a lower price point. And so I'm going to give you all the details and share some of the products and show you some really fun things on Wednesday. And I think that is at 10 a.m. Eastern time over on Simplified. Okie dokie. I will download this when I end it and try to upload it to our video library on our website. And I'll also try to post it on my Instagram account. We'll see if it works. Last week it didn't work. But I hope you guys have an amazing day. If you don't have your copy of Standard of Grace, you can go to all the places books are sold and get it. And I would love it if you would go and leave a review over on Amazon for me too. Okay? Y'all have a great day. Bye.